Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things I think you should know as an empath about the year of 2019. Now, for you empathic folks, maybe you can tell me if you've noticed this, but have you noticed that you're becoming increasingly empathic? You're very sensitive. You probably have been your entire life, but as the years roll on, you're becoming more sensitive, more aware, more conscious, more perceptive. And there's a very important reason for that. And you probably already sense this. There's a big shift taking place right now on the planet, and it involves everyone's vibrational frequency. It's increasing. And as this happens, people become more empathic. And there's a really good reason for that, because the reason the world is such a mess is because for a long time, humanity has been sort of splintered off from its natural empathic nature. And that allows us to do things without feeling the emotional consequence of doing things. Our hearts are closed. But you people watching this, you empaths, your heart is opening. Your senses are expanding and broadening because of this shift in consciousness. 2019 is a very important year because this is when other people on the planet who might even seem very closed off in this moment are going to start to kind of feel and experience the same process of unfoldment you've been going through for perhaps years. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 specific reasons why it's very important to be an empath in the year of 2019 and what the year 2019 represents for you awakening empathic souls. Number 1, 2019 is a great year of acceleration. The process you've already been going through is going to accelerate to the point where other people are going to start to kind of go through some of the different changes that you have been going through. And even though you're going to still be processing, you're going to be kind of getting, coming into your own a little bit, especially as you notice other people going through what you've already gone through and maybe not doing as good of a job. The people waking up now came here for a reason to wake up early, to be guides for the other people on the planet who aren't as familiar with increasing their frequency so quickly as you are on a soul level. So just be compassionate, be aware, and have sympathy for other people's and the world in itself's turmoil, because 2019 is a great year of acceleration. And you have a very important role to play. And for a lot of you, it might just be being a calm presence amongst the changes taking place that you have an innate knowing is all happening for a reason, is all happening for a really awesome, just a really, really good cause. You probably feel intuitively tapped into the fact that it's leading somewhere that somewhere humanity has never gone before. A greater place of connectedness and harmony and consciousness and freedom. Number 2 is it would be advantageous to use your sensitivity and focus it inward. It can be distracting when you're empathic and you have a noisy world that you find yourself dwelling in. But if you can take that same expanded consciousness and focus it inward, you can look very deeply into yourself and derive great insight. You can let go of long-held, even ancestral past life patterns that's still part of your structure and your DNA. And you could have an incredibly cathartic and healing and uplifting and profound and transformative year in 2019 if you could just do your best to master your focus and don't let yourself get so sucked in to the comings and goings and the fluctuations taking place on the planet, and focus inside, because there's a huge potential for healing and transformation, especially for the empaths who have already been aware for a little while they've been empathic. Even if you're just finding out now, it's because you are one of those leaders. You are one of those examples. And the world, Mother Gaia, she needs us to be on our A game. And a lot of us, including myself, still have things we're carrying around in baggage and stuff like that. Well, 2019 is a year to kind of wipe the slate clean and look inward and have those healings and move forward into 2020, fully embodied in our own soul's mastery. Number 3, it's a year of turning the corner as an empath. What I mean by that is you probably found that you were more sensitive than your peers throughout your life. And that might have seemed kind of like a nuisance. I know for me it was. I had a lot of social anxiety. I started using heroin out of high school because it was the only thing that I discovered to make me feel somewhat neutral and normal and not so overly focused on maintaining myself with all these emotional storms taking place. As we progressed through life, a lot of us started to go through an awakening process, a spiritual awakening, an ascension process where you become even more sensitive suddenly. And as if you weren't already sensitive enough, now you're ridiculously sensitive and more sensitive to the world, the darkness, people's energies, people's moods, your own darkness. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's like so overwhelming. But here's the thing, because you keep getting more and more and more sensitive, you're going to cross a threshold, a turning point where it becomes a blessing. And when you turn inward and you get those healings, then you let your light shine out of your physical vessel and start manifesting your life and creating and orchestrating your life and your moment-to-moment experience for you. But what you start to create and experience will be more of an accurate reflection of your true potential. So what I'm saying is that 2019 is a year of healing and also a year of living a life that's representative of your full potential. And that includes your careers, your relationships, just your own general, how happy are you on any given day, your energy levels, your everything. Everything's a reflection of you and your annoying sensitivities allowing you to heal and transform extremely quickly. It's going to open up so many doors of opportunity and blessing in the year of 2019. Number 4, it's a year of honing your focus. And as I learned from a fellow YouTuber and good friend of mine, Bridget Nielsen, she's always suggesting to people to focus on the light. And that might seem a bit elementary and abstract even, but it's true. Because you have this expanded state of sensitive awareness, you can't help but be aware of all the difficult and challenging and dark things taking place on the planet, within humanity, within like the corporations and the governments and all the hypocrisy and all the corruption and all the oppression and all the stuff you hear on the news. And when we focus on that, being so sensitive, it becomes our reality. It becomes our state of being. And we become, we harmonize our energy with all of that lower vibrational stuff. And it makes us miserable. It severs us off from our potential. But the problem is, it's hard not to. It's got an addictive and a seductive quality in it, doesn't it? And it's very hard. It can take practice, especially with how fast-paced life is, to hone our focus and zero in on the light, zero in on your passion, your healing, your joys, your hobbies, the love. Zero in on your heart. Zero in on what uplifts you. Zero in on what resonates with you. What makes you feel empowered. What makes you feel happy. What brings about the joy energy in your being. Focus on that. And you can experience a very high level of that because of your sensitivity. As difficult as it might be to perceive and experience the darkness, that same degree, that proportion can be applied to the light. You can experience very high levels of joy, very high levels of love, very high levels of passion. But it's a matter of training yourself to master your focus in whatever way works for you. Number 5, something that I think really help a lot of you, and myself included, is instead of resistance, impatience, and frustration, have compassion for the darkness. Have compassion for people and their unconscious expressions of their emerging darkness as they become more sensitive. You know how hard it can be to process through your once unconscious limiting beliefs and patterns and conditioning. It's not easy. I would venture to say it's going to be even harder on people who are not as familiar as you with this awakening process. And a good way to not be affected by the moods of others, not pick up their energy, is to choose to look at them with compassion. It's like I have young children, and sometimes they get really frustrated with themselves and they act out, because little kids, as you know, are very emotional creatures. But when my son Luke is 5 years old, he's kind of the one that does it a lot. He'll get just very quick to temper, and he's like a very energetic little guy, right? But when he's in his mode and he's emitting that darker energy, that frustration, I don't say, you know what, man, you're spoiling my aura, Luke. Get the hell out of here. I have compassion because I know how uncomfortable it is to feel that way. And he just doesn't know any better. He's just doing what he knows. He doesn't know how to express it yet. He's only 5. Well, a lot of people on the planet are not spiritually mature. We're just barely getting somewhat spiritually mature. None of us really are. So people acting out with their rudeness, their negativity, their frustration, their angst that you can feel, just look at them like a child. Like, you know what? No one taught them how to deal with these energies. And they're going through a change that's causing them to be forced to confront all the things they were once successfully suppressing. So to see someone going through that, my heart goes out to them. And that can preserve your own energy field, as well as emit a very loving and calm frequency for other people to feel like they're not alone, and that there's someone there who gets them. You don't have to say anything. Just you being like that is exactly what's needed right now on this planet that's going through an amazing transformation. You, empathic person, label aside. Labels don't mean anything. I only use a label to rank the YouTube videos. But you, person who came here to help, I encourage you to just embrace your role. Embrace your uniqueness. Embrace your sensitivity for it is exactly what this world needs. The world needs people to open their hearts. And that's what's happening with you, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an amazing and beautiful and transformative year like I know you will. If you're new to my YouTube channel, let me just say first and foremost, again, my name is Victor and I welcome you. All my videos pertain to helping people navigate through their awakening process. One of the ways to help people with that is with a guided meditation that I made myself. It's designed to help you heal emotional blockages and align with your higher self. I made it myself. It's totally free. If that interests you, you can check it out down below in the description box. I think it'll help you a lot if you resonate with this video especially. And with all that said, I'm going to close. You guys have an amazing day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your own dedication to this spiritual path, which I know is not always easy. I commend your courage and the work you're doing, my friend. Keep it up. Namaste.